Yeah, I mean, I went right at it for sure because I saw those guys rolling to me. The 22 was laying back, the 19 was rolling, so I wasn't going to let them have an advantage.
NASCAR fans, we're breaking down Joe Gibbs' racing team dynamics since the race at Richmond Raceway. That had it all: strategy, controversy, and a dramatic finish that sent shockwaves through the world of NASCAR. There were many eyebrows raised since the controversial finish of Denny Hamlin crossed that Richmond finish line in overtime. What is brewing at Joe Gibbs Racing since the beginning of this season? Is the team favoring Denny Hamlin over Martin Truex Jr.? What is going on between the two? There have been many questions since then. Buckle up, folks, as we have a lot to cover. But before that, do subscribe to the channel, and for more in-depth analysis, subscribe to the newsletter. Denny Hamlin is basking in the warm glow of victories this season. Having clinched 3 wins, the JGR driver matches HMS driver William Byron's tally. A lot of teamwork went into fetching these precious trophies. Hamlin's pit crew has proved to be his strongest weapon this year, a weapon he inherited from his teammate, Martin Truex Jr. This is ironic as Hamlin used the same weapon to slay Truex's winning chances in Richmond. This skill helped Hamlin with the Dover win as well. But let's go back to where it all started from for Hamlin and MTJ. Richmond Raceway, known for its intense and strategic racing, did not disappoint fans at all. Denny Hamlin won the race off pit road with Joe Gibbs Racing teammate Martin Truex Jr. after a caution with 2 laps to go and 1 in overtime. The race indeed saw Hamlin clinching a victory in a nail-biting overtime finish, but it wasn't without controversy. Let's set the stage for what turned out to be a heated battle under the lights. It was Hamlin's teammate at Joe Gibbs Racing, Martin Truex Jr., who dominated the second half of the race. Leading a whopping 288 laps, Truex looked set to cruise to victory. But as we often see in NASCAR, the unexpected happened. With just 2 laps remaining, Kyle Larson spun out, causing a critical caution and sending the race into overtime. Do you know NASCAR is dying? We need your support to make NASCAR cool again. 99% of you aren't subscribed yet. Your support drives us to the finish line. Subscribe today.
We have a caution, and we will reset for overtime.
Kyle got loose.
Yeah, Kyle got loose, checked up, and Bubba was just anticipating him having that same pace and just misjudged it as Kyle lifted and turned him around.
Quite a bit of history between those two.
Just when you thought it was safe to engrave the trophy.
Everything changed from here. The race off pit road was fierce as Hamlin emerged ahead, setting the stage for a 2-lap shootout, leaving Truex visibly frustrated as he lost precious ground here.
You have to get to the white line before you fire off for it to be a legal restart.
Well, you see that's the start of the restart zone right there.
Definitely rolled before the line.
Well, I tell you what he did. He won.
Yeah.
Back on track, Hamlin got an excellent jump on the restart. Controversy strikes here. Truex claimed Hamlin jumped the restart, a move that NASCAR later reviewed and declared legal. This moment was critical. Jumping the restart can be a fine line, and while NASCAR upheld the move, it definitely stirred up some strong feelings.
Yeah, unfortunately it's happened to us a few times at Richmond here, so, lead the whole race and then some dumbass move brings out a caution with, coming to the white flag and ruins our whole night. So it was unfortunate, but, honestly, just awesome job by my team. And, Auto Owners Camry was a rocket. It was, something we've had here in the past. And, unfortunately, this has happened to us a few times. So come in with the lead, go out second, to the fastest pit crew on pit road is it's a tough one to swallow, but I feel like we still got a race for it, but just got used up in turn 1 on the restart. Yeah, I mean I felt like 11 used me up down there in turn 1, and so I didn't really appreciate teammate racing me like that. I wish he would have gave me a chance, but yeah, that's the way it is. And then the 5 just he bumped me in the drove in the side of me in 1 and 2, and I got a little loose down the backstretch. I don't know if my left rear was going down or what, and I kind of slammed into him. No big deal.
Truex felt he had the car and the position to win, but ended up feeling used up by his own teammate in the dash to the finish line.
228 laps led by Martin Truex Jr., and everything changes at the end of this race. Martin, take us through the emotional roller coaster that it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. Fortunately, this has happened here a few times over the years. So, in a great spot, and had a great Auto Owners Camry all night long, and the guys did a really good job. Just got beat out of the pits, and then, he jumped the start and then just used me up in turn 1. So definitely suck. A good solid day and another car capable of winning. So just have to come back next week, try to get him again.
After the race, emotions ran high. Truex was seen bumping Hamlin and Larson, expressing his frustration. In a sport where milliseconds and minor moves matter, it's easy to understand his disappointment.
Talk about like how bittersweet that result is considering Martin's dominance. Is that, given what Martin did post-race, is that going to be handled maybe in the team meeting on Monday?
Well, I think here's what happens. These guys put so much into this. They're all, great competitors, and these things are so hard to win. And so when you have an experience the way Martin did tonight, to race that hard. At one point there, when the 5 got in front of us on that pit stop, he came right back and got it. He drove his heart out. And so, then to have a caution, we go that far, and then to have a caution with 3 laps to go, it was devastating. We came out of there and we came out second on the pit stop. And so, honestly, you just feel, that's what I was trying to relate to everybody. You're happy for Denny, certainly, and everything that happened tonight for him, but then you see that in Martin, how hard he fought for this and how much he wanted it. But that's a part of our sport. It's really hard, and you see these guys when it gets down towards the end of these races, they're going for it because they are really hard to win. And so you can't have that happen, particularly if you got good cars, good drivers. They all want it. They want it for their sponsor. They want it for themselves, their career. And so you really feel for them when they go through a night, like Martin went through this night. You just feel for them.
Despite the heated moments right after the checkered flag, things cooled off pretty quickly. Hamlin shared on his podcast that he reached out to Truex, who admitted he just lost his mind in the heat of the moment.
I texted him, I says, "Am I missing something? Why you're so upset?" He says, "No, we're all good. I just lost my mind." That's all that's what he said, paraphrasing. He's like, "No, you're fine. I just lost my mind there for a minute." And my response is that, well, rightfully so. He obviously deserved to win the race. He had the race won, but surely that was a bad 5 minutes for him and the 19 team. Well, we got to understand too that, Truex has dominated this race. I think 6 times. Did I read that? 6 times he led over 100 laps. 6 times he led over 100 laps and did not win this race. So that sounds like Martinsville for me. It's painful. It sucks because you do everything right and then something out of your control takes you out. So like I said to him, understandably so. You deserve to be upset.
This shows the high pressures and emotions drivers face in such intense races. This victory was not just a win for Hamlin, but a testament to the strategy and execution of his pit crew. But has this led to the beginning of a frenemy relation between JGR drivers Hamlin and MTJ? Now, Joe Gibbs Racing, a titan in the NASCAR world, is known for its competitive edge and top-tier performance. But even within such a successful team, tensions can run high. So, what's next for Joe Gibbs Racing and the dynamic between Hamlin and Truex? Racing is as much about speed as it is about relationships. The ability to race hard, push the limits, yet maintain team cohesion is what often separates the good from the great. What do you think? Was Hamlin's jump at the start a fair move? How do you see the dynamics at Joe Gibbs Racing evolving after this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for more interesting stories and updates from everything NASCAR. Until next time, keep the conversation going on. Lucky Dog on Track.